you're going to see we're still talking about a constant ratio. Well, that was our K that we talked about yesterday. Then you're going to see it's a proportional relationship. And you're going to see K equals Y over X. Well, you've been doing Y over X the whole time you've been doing slope. When you rise, that's your Y. When you run, that's your X. Last week we even did Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Or maybe that was the first of this week. And you got to answer up Y over X. Then when you're working something out, we might have to use a proportion. We did a proportion last week when we were doing the unit rate for pencils to packages, and we needed to figure out how much were in each one. We did proportions. We did our butterfly. So that's where we're going today. And I think you have 2 of these on your test, but one is a double one, so you're going to have to work it out twice, and I'll kind of explain it when we get to one that is like that. So, number 1, determine K. K is your Y over X. And it says Y is 18 and X is 3. What is 18 divided by 3? 6. Perfect. So your equation is Y equals 6X. So, to determine K in our next one, K is going to be Y over X, where Y is 10 and X is negative 50. Now be careful when you reduce that down. Are you going to sit there or are you going to ask for one? I get detentions when you sit there and don't work. Maybe you can put this one in the basket. Did you get that one? Oh. What does that reduce to?
Negative.
Okay, so if I want it as a fraction, negative 1/5. Because look, can I do that trick y'all I just showed y'all? Take the zeros off and it's reduced. Okay, so Y equals negative 1/5 X. Remember, Y equals KX. We were solving for K, so we just throw it in front of that X. Number 3, Y over X. Y is 0.5 and X is 0.25. Sorry, I didn't mean to put blank equals blank. That's where we're fixing to go. What is 0.5 divided by 2.5?
2.
Perfecto. So Y equals 2X. So now you're going to see when you set up a proportion, it's when you have 3 numbers and you're missing 1. Okay? So, when Y varies directly with X, so Y over X, you must label today. They're not all going to be Y over X. You must label, just like we did when we were talking about pencils and packages and all that stuff. Y is 5, X is 3. What is Y when X is 15? Now I'm going to show you how to do this simple so you don't have to type a lot of stuff. Okay, pick up your calculator and multiply 5 times 15. Now, hit the division sign. It brings down A and S. That means it just brought down your it. And divide by the loaner. 25. So y varies directly with x. When y is 15 and x is 0.5. What is the value of x when y is 120? So do you see why you label so you know where to put what? What is 120 times 0.5? Good. 60. Hit your division sign. 15.
4.
Perfecto. Now you're going to see what they're going to look like on your test and on your work today. The gallons of water in a dishwasher varies directly to the number of loads of dishes. The dishwasher has 36 gallons. To 12 loads. Now, when you're working this on your own today, I don't care if you put G and L. Okay? Just as long as you label them. You don't have to write the whole word, just as long as you label them. And how many will it be for 10 loads? Where am I going to put 10? On the bottom. Did I skip one on that last one? I did. Y'all didn't tell me I skipped number 4. I'll go back. What is 36 times 10? 360. Perfect. Divide by my loaner and it is 12. And what do I get? 30 gallons. Let's go back up and do that one I skipped that y'all didn't tell me about. Y over x equals what? If y is 75 and x is 15, what is x when y is 100? What is 15 times 100? 1500. Good. Divide by 75 and you get 20. Sorry, I slipped up. Okay, now the one on your test is like this one, or one of the ones on your test. The number of bracelets Meredith can wear varies directly with the amount of time spent making them. If she can make 5 bracelets, in 2.5 hours, so do you understand when you do this on your own, if you just want to write a B and an H, I am okay with that. But you have to label somehow, so you know where to put your next info. How many bracelets can she make in 6 hours? Where am I going to put my 6? On top or on bottom?
Bottom.
On bottom, because that's the row that says hours. Good. So multiply 5 times 6. 30. Divided by 2.5.
12.
Now, the one on your test is like this one. It says, so like how many bracelets could you make? And you get 12. Then it says, what if she made 45 bracelets? How long would it take her? You see, you're just gonna do a whole nother problem. So don't stress on going, how do I get that in there? Just use this part and then set up the other one. Okay? Same type of thing. You do number 9. You're working that one out. What are my 2 labels?
Day and night.
Money nights, cost of nights. So do you see, I'm not gonna be picky, you just do what you think you need to write. Okay, that's totally up to you. Last period I put a $ sign and an N when they were still working and people started erasing. I'm like, no. You put what you want to write, okay? They just have to be labeled and, have to make sense. They have to go with the equation. So my first one was 384 for 4 nights. We wanna know how much it will pay for 5 nights. Where would I put the 5? On the bottom. I'm going to multiply, which gives me, and divide by 4, and I get
480.
perfect. Okay, I'm going to explain what you're going to do before we glue, because some people take longer gluing. You will go to your assignments, and you have an assignment page. You don't, and it's one of those little puzzle things that'll tell you if you're right or wrong. So you do not have to show us that. This is what you're turning in. Your work. Say my first answer comes out to 360, and it's in this box. I would put an E in 360. Do you see that? Okay, you turn this in before you leave class. Not an option. It must be completed before you walk out. There's only 9 questions. Okay, open your note spiral. If you didn't glue yesterday's in, I saw some of you doing it a minute ago, but if you have not glued yesterday's in, go ahead and get yesterday's out also. We're going to put yesterday's on page 16. I'm just going to fold it in half. And where it says EQ, I'm just going to turn it over and glue it down. That is on page 16. And I'll leave this up there. I am now going to fold this one in half, today's, and I am going to glue it on page 17. Once you have finished that, you're good.